do love playing pranks on my students. I am so excited. So let me show you what I'm doing. First, for my homeroom students, I'm giving them a fake word search. I just Googled April Fool's Day word search and this popped up. The cool thing about this is none of the words are actually in the word search. And again, teacher classic, when I reveal the brownies, they will see that they are actually brownies. Get it? Brownies. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Michelle Ferré. I am a 4th grade math and science teacher in Maryland. Unfortunately, I do have to start off this vlog with some not so good news. This is actually going to be my last YouTube video. I know. I've been thinking about this a lot and I've just come to the conclusion that I don't want to do YouTube anymore. I really want to move on and try out some new things. I also thought I'd go ahead and tell you it is April 1st, so happy April Fool's Day. That is a total lie. This is not my last YouTube video. I'm not quitting YouTube, I promise. I had to do it, y'all, okay? I had to do it. Here's the deal. It is April Fool's Day and I'm a huge fan of April Fool's Day as long as you do it in, like, you know, the right way, because there are some jokes that are not funny and then there are jokes that are hilarious. I did want to tell you a quick story. When I was in 6th grade, I played an April Fool's Day prank on my teacher and I had my mom write a note to him. So it was in like adult cursive handwriting, so it was very believable. It was very simple. It just said, call Mr. Lion. But Lion was spelled L-Y-O-N, so it looked like a name. And then the number that we left was for the Baltimore Zoo. So my teacher ended up calling the Baltimore Zoo and asking for Mr. Lion. To this day, one of my best pranks. I'm really proud of it. But now that I am a teacher, I do love playing pranks on my students. For the past couple of years, April Fool's Day has been on the weekend. It is finally on a Monday. I am so excited. So let me show you what I'm doing. Because I have 3 different groups of students, I have homeroom, block 1, and block 2, I actually had to come up with 3 different pranks because I can't do the same prank on all the classes because they will tell each other and it will ruin it. So all of these pranks are super simple. They don't require a lot of prep and they're classics, you know, like teachers have been doing these for such a long time. These are not my original idea, okay? But first, for my homeroom students, I'm giving them a fake word search. I just Googled April Fool's Day word search and this popped up. The cool thing about this is none of the words are actually in the word search. So I put on their morning slide something about like, hey, the first person to find all the words gets a prize, so don't share any of your answers. I'm excited for that one. Then for my block 1, I'm giving them a fake math quiz. So first of all, I'm just gonna spring this on them. I'm gonna be like, hey, you all have 2 minutes to do this. It's for a grade. Make sure you read all of the directions, because that's something we're struggling with. If my students read the directions, they will see it says, write your name at the top of the paper. Do not solve any of the problems. Turn your paper into the block bin and go up to your teacher and say, that was so easy, Miss Ferré. Then read quietly at your seat. So my students who do read the directions, they won't have to actually take the little pop quiz. But my students who don't read the directions, not only is it an April Fool's Day prank, it also is a lesson to them to read the directions. So the problems start off super easy, but they get harder and they get into things we have not learned. And then at the bottom, it's like just a ridiculous word problem that will take them a while to solve. So excited for that one. And then finally, my block 2 won the Jolly Rancher War last week. If you don't know what the Jolly Rancher War is, I will link the video down below where I first talk about it. I told my classes last week, I kind of prepared for this, that whoever won the Jolly Rancher War would get an extra treat. So this morning, I'm gonna tell them, you know, you all got brownies because you've been doing such a great job with the Jolly Rancher War. And again, teacher classic, when I reveal the brownies, they will see that they are actually brownies. Get it? Brownies. Brownies. So I'm excited. I will let you know how it goes. it just, you know, it pumped me up for the day. Like typically Mondays I'm pretty tired, but today I'm like, no, let's do this. Like I am so ready. April Fool's Day aside, my team teachers and I have started doing these monthly incentives. Our students are able to earn tickets for their chance to be able to win something. So last month for Pie Day, which was March 14th, our students earned tickets for the chance to eat pie with a teacher. Last year they got to pie us, but this year we couldn't make it work. So they ate pie with the teachers. We picked out 4 names from all of the tickets that students had earned all week. So the more tickets they earn, the better chance they have of getting picked. So for this month, we actually have a field trip later this month. So I decided to create these tickets that will allow our students a chance to pick 3 friends to be in their field trip group. So we're going to introduce this to our students today. We're going to start handing out the tickets. And then right before the field trip, we will pick out 3 tickets. So 3 different students will get to pick 3 friends to be in their field trip group. Next, let me talk about my schedule today because it's gonna be a little bit crazy, but that's okay. Embracing the crazy today. We do have a drama club at our school, so our students 4th and 5th grade are able to audition to be on the drama club, and they have been preparing a play, Little Mermaid Junior. Opening night was last Friday, and they had shows Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and today, Monday, they have a show for the entire school, which, let me just say, y'all are probably thinking like, okay, elementary play, like it's not very good. Our kids do phenomenal with this. The costumes are fantastic. Their acting is fantastic. Like this is a legit play, okay? So because they are performing for the entire school this afternoon, our schedule had to get changed around. So instead of having 2-hour blocks, we're only gonna have 45-minute blocks this morning, which will be a little bit crazy because I have a lot to fit in, but it's okay, make it work. Then we are having recess before lunch. We usually have it at 2 o'clock. So it's gonna be at like, I don't know, 12:10 or 12:15, something like that. And then we have to eat lunch in our classrooms today, which, look, I eat lunch with my kiddos all the time. I love lunch bunches. I usually don't eat with the entire class at once, so that should be interesting. Then our students are going to pack up and we go down to the play, and that's gonna take the entire rest of the day. It's from like 1:10 until 3:30. Then after school, I have to go to Girls on the Run practice. And then I have to leave Girls on the Run practice a little bit early because I am tutoring a student from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So it's gonna be a crazy day. Monday is now done. I'm pretty exhausted, but it was a good day overall. My homeroom class with the word search, I would say they figured it out with like 5 minutes left of the morning, but it took them a good 15 minutes or so to be able to figure out that none of the words were in there. And even when a couple of the kids started to notice, I told them, I was like, no, like they're in there, I swear. And then the kids were like, all right. And I kept going back and looking. So that was fun. Block 1, I gave the fake math quiz to, and it was funny because a couple of kids followed the directions. So they quickly turned in their paper and they came up to me and they're like, Miss Ferré, that was so easy. And you should have seen the look on some of the other kids' faces. They're like, what? Like, how are they already done? Why did they think that was easy? So that was a lot of fun. Finally, the rest of the class kind of, you know, caught on to that one. And my kids even said, they're like, Miss Ferré, that was a good one. I said, thanks. And then in block 2 with the brownies, once I started kind of talking about it and I was like, hey, this is your extra treat for winning the Jolly Rancher Award, a couple of the kids were like, wait, I've seen this trick before, but it still was a lot of fun. So after that, we had the play production, which was really good. It was a long time for our kids to be seated because it's like 2 hours. But it was good and it was entertaining. Then I had Girls on the Run and I had tutoring, and it's now 6:30 and I'm ready to get out of here. My desk is a mess. Like, I'm just leaving all my papers from today. It's fine. I'll work on it tomorrow morning. Thankfully, I have some time in the morning tomorrow before kids come because I don't have any meetings or anything. So I'll clean it then. But for now, I'm gonna get out of here and I'll catch up with you in the morning. Happy Tuesday. Today is another off day. I feel like, I don't know, something with the springtime, it's just your schedule is off all the time, but it's not as bad as yesterday. We do have an assembly this afternoon. It is a local high school is coming to do like a steel drum band, something, I don't know. I'll find out this afternoon, but as a result, we have to move our recess time because the assembly is during our recess time. So we're going to keep the morning time the same, and then we'll go directly from recess after lunch. And then block 2 is going to be cut short by about 45 minutes, which kind of stinks because like we have assessments coming up. We have our science assessment on Thursday and our math assessment next week. So I'm like cramming to get everything in, but I'll make it work. You know, it's okay. It's not worth getting upset over. There's nothing I can do about it. So here's to making it a great day regardless of another schedule change. Life update. It is now 6:30 p.m. So let me kind of, you know, back up and catch you up. The day was really good, even though the schedule was a little bit off in the afternoon. The students loved the assembly. I was really into it, and I loved seeing their faces. Like, they were seeing the steel drums. They also had dancers, and I love seeing some of my students identify with that. And you can just tell, like, that will probably be something that they do when they get older. And I love seeing that because some kids, you know, actual academics like math or science or reading may not be their thing, but they may be super artistic. So I love just seeing them brighten up with those kinds of experiences. After school, I had about an hour of free time from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. I had to grade a check for understanding that I gave today, put that in the grade book. I also was preparing things for the tutoring session because I was tutoring the same student as yesterday, today from 5 to 6, which I don't usually tutor students because I just frankly don't have the time, but I had a parent approach me and they wanted me to tutor their student for the upcoming science assessment, so that is now done. Once I finished that at 6 o'clock, you all saw that I was setting things up for tomorrow, putting task cards around the room, putting games into dry erase sleeves, because I am actually out tomorrow. I am my school's e-coach, which means I help the teachers in my school with technology, and twice a year we have a professional development session that we have to go to as e-coaches to get new information to take back to our schools. So the second PD is tomorrow, so I will have a substitute, although I feel good about this because the substitute is actually a parent of one of my students from last year, so I'm like, yes, someone I can trust. I'm still getting everything ready for her. I think I'm gonna have to come in tomorrow morning and finish setting things up. I did get a lot done in terms of my sub plans, but I'm not completely done. I only had about a half an hour, and that was not enough time to set everything up, write the plans, make the PowerPoint, etc., etc. So I'm gonna just quickly stop by school tomorrow. Thankfully, the PD is not far from here, so I'll just swing by, finish setting things up, peace out, go to the PD. I do right now have to go to Lido's Night, which is a fundraiser that our school does about every other month. So far, my class has won every single Lido's Night this year, so we're trying to bring home the trophy again. So Billy and I are meeting there in like 10 minutes from now, so I need to go peace out, but I will catch up with you tomorrow. Good morning. I'm a little out of breath because I had to rush to school to drop off my sub plans and save the PowerPoint to our staff drive and all that good stuff, but I have arrived at the PD. I'm about to head in once I catch my breath, and I'm excited because since the PD is all technology related, I'm just like, yeah, like this is my jam. I'm ready for it. Plus, I get to go out and have lunch with myself, which I think everyone should do every now and then. We always feel like we have to eat lunch with other people, but just go out to a restaurant or just a sit down casual place and eat lunch with yourself, because sometimes you just need that time, just you, and I'm excited. So I will catch up with you later on today. Fast forward to now, it is 3:30 p.m. When I have PDs like this, obviously I don't have anything to vlog about during the day. I will say overall, it was a really good day. I got a lot of good information. Once I kind of go home and fiddle with some of the things that I learned about today, then I will come back and share them with you all. But I did want to share a funny story. So for our keynote, it was a lady from Discovery Education. And at one point, she shared a video on YouTube. So she had the video pulled up, played it, went back to her slideshow. And you know how YouTube auto plays like the next video or whatever? So she's on her slideshow and instantly this other video starts and you can hear the voice. And as soon as I heard the voice, I'm like, yep, that's me, that's my video. And so she had to click back and like pause it and stop it, and like everyone was laughing about it, but it was hilarious because I'm sitting there knowing like, yep, that's me. I don't think a majority of the people realized that it was me. A couple of the people I've talked to before, and they know that I do all the social media stuff, so they knew that it was me, but a majority of the people like had no idea. So that was just a really funny moment. And I don't know, like I've always wondered like what would happen in a PD if one of my videos did come up, and like it has officially happened. And I will say it was kind of awkward. My face turned red, but inside I was kind of laughing about it because it was just a funny situation. I now have to get back to school because even though I was out today for PD, I have to go back so I can coach Hero Boys, which is a running program for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. And they train for a 5K, and they also have different guest speakers, and they learn about what does it mean to be a hero, what does that look like, and all that good stuff. So I have to go coach that until 5, jump on a business call, then I have to go to the gym, and then I have to go home, and I have other stuff to work on. So it's gonna be a long night, but I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling inspired inspired by some of the content I learned today. So I'm gonna go get all of that other stuff done, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. I hope you all are ready for another busy day because it seems like that's all that I have lately. First thing this morning, I need to go down to the book fair because it is officially open for browsing. So I'm gonna go, you know, browse it. And then I am the chairperson for the appreciation committee for SGA, which is Student Government Association, and we are meeting this morning. So I will have a group of kiddos with me from like 8:20 to 8:55. I think today we're gonna focus on showing some appreciation for the custodians and make them some cards and go decorate their doors. And then the day begins with my actual students. And today we are taking our science assessment. So I do wanna show you just a couple of different things that I do for assessments that I personally feel like are very small things, but they make a big difference. First and foremost, it would not be an assessment without a testing mint. These are the Redbird brand of mints. You can get these from a lot of different stores and even Amazon, so I will link them for you. I buy them in a huge tub, and then they basically last all year, which is great. They're not super hot, and they don't burn their mouths, which is really nice, and I just think it's nice to kind of have something to suck on. My students can either eat it during the test or they can eat it afterwards. It's totally up to them. I let them make that choice, but these are always a hit and they just help ease some anxiety. I also have brain sprinkles. I have been using this same can of brain sprinkles since my first year of teaching. Students of all ages love these, I guarantee it. So this container was like a sugar container that I got from Dollar Tree. I filled it with just plain silver glitter, and then because I don't want to dump a big pile of glitter on their heads, I actually put tape over the hole. You can kind of see it there. So when I sprinkle this on their heads, only like 1 or 2 pieces of glitter fall out at a time. I usually give my students a choice. I can either put it on their head or on their paper, or I can not give it to them at all, but I never have a kid deny it. They usually want it on their paper if they don't want it in their hair, which is totally fine. But again, that's just a little confidence booster for the students, and it makes them feel like, you know, they're gonna do better on their test, and I'm a huge believer in that. Then I have these little signs that came from Dollar Tree. So they were $1 each. It's just a little plastic sign, and I will put this on the desk of any students that I feel like just kind of need a confidence booster. So they're trying really hard and they need to know like, hey, you know, Miss Ferré recognizes that you're putting in a lot of effort. And especially for my students who get stressed out with tests, I love to put this on their desk as just a little confidence booster, like I said. So I have a couple different ones, all with different words on the front. Now, some of my students do need some kind of like stress relief during a test. And so I have my calm down kit with all kinds of different fidgets. I've shared a lot about these on my channel before. This bottle is great. This is like a calm down bottle because the glitter moves and then the student can just focus on the glitter settling. I also have like squishy balls. This right here, the little wormy thing, is squishy. And then these bubble timers are great because they just release the liquid and it's nice and calming. So I did talk about quite a few of these in my last classroom favorites video, so I will link that for you. And then you can get the links for some of these items in the video. And finally, I do like to use partitions. You can also call these like privacy screens. There are a lot of different names for it, but these are essentially just trifold boards, which again, you can get from the dollar store, but I will set these up on student desks to help them focus and so they're not distracted by the people around them. It obviously does prevent cheating as well, which is a positive, but I mostly use it for my students who have issues focusing because it really just kind of creates their own little bubble and makes it easier for them to focus. It is now 6 o'clock, and let me just say today was draining. Even though it was not a rough day in terms of like instruction or anything, my students took their science assessment, and then with my block 1 I did a Nearpod activity because we had time left, and in my block 2 I did a Google Classroom activity because we had time left. So it was great. We were using technology, but it was just one of those days, and this is a personal issue, where every little thing was annoying me and it was just not a good combination. So I know that tonight I need to take time for myself because tomorrow is Friday. I am tired, and it doesn't help that I've had things going on every single day this week after school. Today after school I had Girls on the Run, and then tomorrow is gonna be an interesting day. I'll talk about it tomorrow, but I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to eat my dinner, sit on the couch, watch some TV, and I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. Do I have things to be doing? Yes. But personally right now, like, this is what I need to make myself a better teacher, because I'm not a good teacher when I'm not in a good mood and I'm stressed and I'm getting annoyed easily. So those are my plans for tonight, and I will catch up with you tomorrow, hopefully in a better mood. happy Friday. I mentioned yesterday that today was gonna be a little bit hectic. Here's what's going on. One of our team teachers is out for Mesa Club. They're going on a field trip for their competition. And then our other team teacher has the flu, which I feel really bad for her. We have the flu going around our grade like crazy. So fingers crossed that I don't end up catching it, but that's always hard when half of your team is out. I have no idea if subs picked up their jobs or not, or if our TA is getting pulled. We'll have to just go with the flow and see. My one team teacher who has the flu, I had to go kind of like set up her sub plans and all that stuff and get that ready. But you know what? It's Friday, so even though it's been a little bit of a hectic morning and I do not have planning time today, we're gonna make it a great day. My students are taking our district math assessment next week. So today for math, all we are doing is reviewing for the assessment. And so of course we are playing my favorite review game, which is called Trasketball. I'm not gonna go into detail with how to play the game because I do have a video on it. So I will link that in the description box. But what I did wanna share is I recently found these squishy basketballs at Dollar Tree. So they were $1 each. I was previously using ones from Party City, but they were like sewn on the outside and they were starting to rip and kind of fall apart. So I'm really, really happy that I found these. I usually have my students get into 6 teams and I like to have 6 balls. That way, as each team gets checked for the correct answer, they can go grab a ball and stand in line, and it just helps to kind of speed up the process. So I thought that I would share that. That way you could go and grab these if you are interested for $1 each before they sell out. All right, listen, I have tried to film this outro clip literally 5 times and I keep getting interrupted with phone calls and announcements and all that jazz, so I'm gonna make it short. This week has been exhausting physically and mentally. I feel like my head has been Squirrel City. You know what I'm talking about? That moment from Up where he's just like, squirrel. Yeah, that's what I've been going through this week. So my plan for this weekend is to really take time for myself. And I know I mentioned this yesterday and I fulfilled it last night. I did not touch anything school related, which was nice, but I need more time to myself this weekend because even though it feels impossible with weeks like this when you have so much going on, it feels like you cannot find time for yourself, but I guarantee you, you can, so long as you make it a priority. And you have to make it a priority because otherwise you get burnt out. And then you are not the best teacher you can be for your students. So I really plan on this weekend just taking a step back and making myself less busy because emotionally and mentally, I need that. However, I did have a good week and it's crazy that the 3rd marking period is already coming to a close and the end of the school year is quickly upon us. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video and for supporting my YouTube channel. If you want to check out any of my older videos, you can use the 2 links right down here. If you want to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos, you can use the link right up here. The links to all of my social media sites, my Teachers Pay Teacher store, my merchandise store, and my Amazon store are in the description box, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.